Hi, it's Diane with My Sacred Circles. So, this is the fifth and final Reiki principle. So, this is what guides us, and we are asked to meditate on these five guiding principles. And the last one is just for today: be compassionate towards yourself and others. Note the order of operations here. First, you are compassionate towards yourself, then others. Put the oxygen mask on you so that you can help as many people as possible. So, when we look at how chakras work, when you're in alignment, and you're looking towards what that would look like as a compassionate person and building that up, this is basically what you're looking at. Your root chakra, the base. You're secure in who you are. You understand who you are and you're secure in it. Then you move up to your sacral chakra, and those creative juices are flowing based on that foundation of who you are. You form these thoughts and ideas and start to be inspired by what's driving you forward as from your identity. And then you move into that solar plexus. The solar plexus, yellow, it is your power source. It is your power center. It's where you take all of those wonderful ideas that stemmed from your identity and you put them into action. You manifest them. Now, the problem in our society is that many of us have been taught give to others, but we haven't been taught the difference between self-love and selfishness. And so we often give away pieces of our power and become a doormat. And when we do that, we actually diminish our ability to love more fully. And so you really want to honor, draw those boundaries and honor your own needs first. So it sounds a little bit selfish in some ways, but really what it is just putting on that oxygen mask. Sometimes we take on too much. Sometimes we're going to break. Some days we can't do it. And we have to have the ability to say no when we really don't think we can, when we're not in a state where we feel like we can help. And that allows us to continue doing what we're doing. And when we can be at our fullest and give more fully, we can set aside, we can say, hey, I can't help you today, but I can help you tomorrow, or whatever the situation is, or no, I'm sorry, I can't help. But we have to have that ability to draw those lines, and that keeps us healthy. When you're healthy and you can find and honor that part of yourself, then you are learning self-love, and then we can shift into the heart, which is being able to identify what love looks like, and now we can give it to others. So when you know what you would appreciate, you start recognizing the golden rule. This is what I want. This is how, things that I need or, that help me. And when someone else asks for it, you can recognize, why they're asking or why they're saying no, or, just sort of be a little more understanding. And so it really helps us connect better with other people and love them more honestly and deeply and fully. We can give and receive more, more deeply. At that point, we then move into the throat chakra. And this allows us to express feelings of compassion and love and empathy more freely, clearly, openly. Then we move into our third eye. And this is your intuitive nature. So here we connect with people on an intuitive level where you sense someone is in need, where you are connecting with someone and feeling like they may need a little extra care, a little TLC, a little kindness. And so you go towards them and you reach out. And then you shift into the crown. And the crown chakra is our connection to something greater. And this can be source energy. This is your higher self. It is divine. However you view what it is that you're connecting to, but it is a greater consciousness, a greater awareness. And when you're connected in that crown chakra, you have to be in a heart space. It's almost impossible to have that connection and not be coming from a place of love. You release that ego and, come from a place of humility and gratitude. And you can more easily, more freely recognize, be in a more still place where you can identify people that need your compassion. And really, we all need compassion. So our industry is service-based. And that's a very rewarding experience to be able to be in service to others and to see the effects right there in front of you. Reiki is a very fast acting kind of modality where often you can right then and there see the effects that it has on a person. But every now and then you may be overwhelmed. Your schedule may be really tight. You may be sick. You may be tired. You may feel resentment if you take on a person on a day where something else would be going on, or if you're not feeling up to it. Maybe you gave that power away and you didn't draw those boundaries like you should have. And so when those things happen, you start to feel drained. Maybe you have a loss of confidence in yourself, or you maybe you've made a mistake and you are not forgiving yourself. Lots of different things can happen that can weaken and sow seeds of resentment or make it not as rewarding as it should be. So one of the things that when you lose that confidence and someone, you can sort of get this messaging of you're not enough. And it's a false message. I just really want to stress, if there's anything you take away from this video, it is, that's not true. Absolutely false narrative, not true at all. You are enough, period. So I like to say people are perfect imperfection. I like to view people as works of art. And what I mean by that is we're not off the factory robots. Those things, like when you have a homemade piece of art, you can see different strokes. You can see little imperfections. You can see the uniqueness in each piece. They're each different. And all of those differences, those little things with people, those are those quirky little idiosyncrasies that make you the unique, special person that you are. And those are the lovable things that, as people get to know you, that's the stuff they think of, and the things that make them laugh or smile or make them want to be around you. So those are wonderful traits. And if we were all robots, how boring would that be? We get different things from different people. And so that's why I say we're like these works of art, and in our imperfections, we become perfect in some way. So one of the things I also, want to point out is, like, if you were a collector, let's say you had something off the factory, and there was a quote unquote mistake. Those are considered rare finds, and it increases the value. That's really how I view humanity. It's those, you're a rare find, you are a treasure. So one of the things I would say is forget mistakes. Progress is made through making mistakes. The only real mistake is if you don't learn from them. So make lots of mistakes. This is how we grow. This is how we learn. You try, you test, you explore, and that's a great thing. So it deepens you, it expands you, and so I would say, don't be a critic when you make a mistake. We're always our worst critic. Don't criticize yourself. Actually embrace those mistakes that you've made and say, what did I learn from this? And, do that little bit of work, and then just don't make that mistake again, just that, just try to always improve, little by little. That's all we can ask for, is trying to be our best, So when people walk through your door, I want you to remember, you need compassion. Sometimes someone might be attacking you, and you need to stand up for yourself, and you need compassion. But you also need to treat your clients with love and compassion and empathy. And so, we don't know what their day was like. We don't know what their life is like. We don't know who they are as human beings. And we don't need to. We don't need to know all of that. We just need to come from a place of love, compassion, empathy, kindness, and, to express that and to give that and to pass that along in their daily, in their day, just because that's really how everyone should be treated. So, just one story that I have that really punctuates this is when I was back in high school. Apparently I was sitting, like every other day, I was sitting at a lunch table, and unbeknownst to me, a friend of mine was contemplating suicide. I had no idea. I had absolutely no idea. He's sitting at the table, didn't mention anything to me. I didn't pick up on it in any way. Decades later, he came up to me and he told me, "You saved my life." And I said, "What are you talking about?" And he said, "I was considering killing myself, and I didn't because of you." And I said, what did I do? And he said, we had lunch. It was just it was just a nice, normal, everyday, being yourself, kind of lunch. I didn't do anything special, but I'm sure in moments where it's really difficult and you have something uplifting and something good, it can lift you, and you don't know what another person is thinking all the time, and you don't know. I still, to this day, don't know why he was feeling the way he was feeling. I don't know, anything special that I did, and I don't think I did anything special. I just happened to be there and was talking to someone who was very depressed. And, thankfully I didn't know, because I acted normal. I didn't pity him. I just treated him like a human being. So, now, if you want to practice, empathy and feel like you would like to, do more, to expand and deepen and, make it a little more natural for you, I have a loving kindness meditation. I would say do that routinely, and it will improve that, and improve your ability to show empathy. So it's like a meta meditation. So, one final message. When people come into this earth, nurses, doctors, parents, aunts, uncles, total strangers, they see a little baby. So many people, when they see a little baby, they just are amazed at the total, just the promise of the future. It's a bundle of joy. It's a treasure. It's when you were born, people viewed you this way, as a bundle of joy and a treasure, and someone who was greatly loved. Nothing diminished that over time. If anything, it's a greater treasure now. So you are still loved. You are still precious. You are still a bundle of joy. You are still a treasure. You have become even more than that little tiny fragile baby. And when you look at the chakras and you look at the symbols for them and you look at the flowers, and as they rise up from the root to the crown, you notice more and more flowers, and that's you. And those are your clients. You are unfolding. They are unfolding. They are becoming who they are meant to be. You are becoming who you are meant to be. And so let's offer each other compassion. Let's give each other a little leeway. Give yourself that space to make mistakes and to learn from it. And, offer yourself to others, and allow others to do the same for you. So let's be there for each other and in service to each other. I wish you nothing but love and joy and happiness, and may you always be filled with compassion. Namaste.